Hello. First of all, who am I? My name is Rasmus Hamann. First and foremost, I am passionate about music. I like listening to music. I like playing music. I like writing music. I like discovering music, and I am especially in love with new music. Besides that, I run a company and founded a company called Know Their Name. I run a company called Know Their Name, where we work with brands and bands. We're a small team right now, 3 persons. Sophie is sitting over there, and Les is sitting over there. What we do, basically, we help brands and bands achieve their goals. Yeah, that's me. All right. Whether we know it or not, we are all attracted by the brands that feel right. That align with our own values and beliefs. Our choice of brand, what we wear, what we use, tell who we are, what we are about, and what we stand for. The same way that music does. Are you an Apple man? Are you a PC man? Do you like Medina? Do you like Hatesphere? Do you prefer Starbucks? Do you prefer Paresso? Do you prefer to grow your own stuff? You all know what I mean. Because imagine this. You're visiting someone who just might become your new best friend. But you actually think that he's a bit slick, he's a bit shallow, he wears too fancy clothes, he only talks about fashion, he only talks about his new MacBook and how much money he makes. But then, suddenly it happens. This guy reveals his Spotify most favorite playlist with the most obscure underground rock and roll, metal, alternative, lo-fi, indie music from the Ruhr district in Germany. And suddenly, he declares, this is my favorite playlist. All right, so your picture of this guy cracks. And you have to redefine your entire view of this person. Now imagine if this guy was a brand. A few decades ago, times were much simpler. Individuals defined themselves by the neighborhood they lived in, their job, their family, which church they attended, and so on. And though these are still very contributing factors to who we are, as individuals, we define ourselves today by all the individual choices we make. Every day through our hobbies, our interests, what kind of brands we like to associate ourselves with, our tastes, the communities we are part of, like this, and consumption. What do we buy and what do we use our money on? Which brands do we choose? What music do we listen to? What we like shows who we are. For a brand to truly succeed today, they must engage in a deeper, multi-dimensional and engaging way to connect with their consumers. It's not enough to have consumers or customers or whatever you want to call them anymore. In the world of today, you have to turn them into these guys, fans. Every brand needs to have fans instead of consumers. And the role of marketing today isn't really about just marketing stuff to people and selling stuff to people, but to create a movement. You got to create a movement, and you got to invite and inspire people to join that movement. This transition is also one away from interrupting people. You don't need to interrupt people with big commercials and stuff. You need to engage people, and you need to interact with people. You don't want to interrupt your fans as a band either. And this goes either if you're a brand or a successful band or a new band or whatever. You want to interact and play and engage your fans. And when I say fans, I mean everybody. These guys, they don't have consumers. They have fans. They don't have to spend $1 million on a commercial video. They have to, by mistake, leak a video about the new iPhone or new iPad. And everyone that uses these things will share them. You all know this. You're used to it. So, to summarize, what we do at Know Their Name is what happened to the guy from the picture before. Does this make sense? Yeah? Oh, you're very quiet. All right. If you got any questions, just ask. Put them up. All right. What I would like to talk about too, and now you're going to talk, is the power of music. How many in here listens to music every day? Yeah, so do I. Every morning. I just did it this morning. All right. How many of you listen to music before going out, going to a party, going somewhere? Yes, thank you. If none of you put up your hands, I had a problem, right? All right, this is just a fun one. I do this, but how many of you listen to a certain type of music when you're mad at someone? Yeah, I got some. My preferred band is Slipknot, and I can throw around stuff in my apartment. Yeah. The point here is it always the same type of music you listen to? When you go out, when you're mad, when you're sad, when you're trying to concentrate. I know from my experience, if I listen to indie or hip-hop music, I can't concentrate because I listen to the lyrics. But if I listen to Dillinger Escape Plan, crazy-ass heavy metal stuff that's too fast to understand, no problem. I can do whatever work I need to do. All right, so music engages people. It creates mood. It creates identity. If you're in a bad mood, you can use music to enhance that feeling, or you can use music to try and change that feeling. You all know it. If you're going to a party, you're not all set up to go. You know the one song that makes you in the right mood to go to that party. These numbers are from a report done by MEC Access in September 2010. It's a survey where they asked 12 to 70-year-olds and 18 to 25-years-old how music affects them. My music affects my mood, 78%. Yes. Music means a lot to me, 81%. The music I listen to reflects the mood I'm in. Mood. And when you ask people about the importance of music, it enters in a third place. If the same question is asked to 12 to 25 years old, it's second place to what's the most important thing in their lives. So I think this underlines the importance and the power of music. The point is, music has an ability like nothing else. It ties itself to your memory. It affects our emotion. It stores itself in our bodies. How many in here are musicians? How many play an instrument or something? Yeah, we got a lot. Okay. Does anybody play the drums? Guitars? Yes? Okay. So you know what I mean. Or your girlfriends know. Or your boyfriends know. Because you drum on everything. Because if you got a rhythm in your head, it is stored in your body and you play it everywhere. I've just been touring for 14 days with a metal band. That's also why I'm a bit confused. So my hand, when I'm sleeping, goes like this all the time. And it's annoying. But it stores itself in the body. And that is a unique power. To touch people's emotions, to store itself in our bodies, and to create identity. That's a unique power that every brand in the world wants to have. Just take time. All right. At the same time, the music industry is changing, with consumers now used to digital downloads, streaming, getting whatever music they want for free or at almost nothing cost. The market is flooding with new music. everybody can buy a computer and a sound card and a recording mini studio and record their own music and get it out on all these places. You can stream it, you can buy it, you can buy vinyls, you can steal it, you can download it from Pirate Bay, whatever you want. You can get it for nothing. So the competition is bigger than ever because we have a lot of bands out there who want to make it. Everybody can make it. So every band has to find new and creative ways to get their music out there, convincing everybody that they're the best, they have something to say. Without compromising the most important thing, and that's still the most important thing for me, even though I'm in the business of selling music and selling brands. That means making money. But always without compromising the most important thing, which is the music. So, to sum up a bit what we do at Know Their Name, we help brands building a strategy. We show them how to use the power of music. And it's not about marketing, it's not about selling stuff all the time. We build a brand through creating movements. And the point of all that is that brands are not a commodity. A company does not own their brand. Apple does not own the brand Apple. You do. Everybody who uses the product owns the brand. Because if you and I don't take ownership of a brand, they might as well leave. If they want to control the brand, if they want to control whatever they do and how people interact with the brand, they're gone. So what we try to do is help brands achieve that sense of people taking ownership over the brand. Engage with it, use it, help the brand to become a part of your fans' identity. And if brands don't acknowledge that point, they're gone. That's me. If you want to find me somewhere else, we got Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. That's the company name. I just want to give an example. Everybody knows Converse, big brand. Lasse wrote a case story about this. I know their name. You can read it later. Converse has 42 million Facebook fans. And when you ask them what they've done to get all those fans, they say, we didn't do that much. But Converse has a thing called Rubber Tracks. Converse owns a music studio where every musician can walk in, record, and play their music and get it out there without paying anything. The whole point of the whole Converse case, you should read it afterwards. He wrote it well. But the whole case is that you have to, as a brand, let go of your brand. You can't control how people interact and do with your brand. And if you're a musician, it's the same thing with your band. You cannot control how people want to use your music. You can't control whether they use it at parties. You can't control whether they want to film you when you play live and put it on YouTube. Don't send them an email and say, take down. No, no, no. You should send them an email and say, thank you. Because the people sharing, the people liking it, that's the true fans. And everybody wants to have fans. Does it make sense? Yeah. I think we got like 4 minutes left. I think I just want to open up for questions and comments and all stuff. So it's easier to go down.
An example, the process, a band contacts you and so forth.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The best case I've got right now are these guys. A Danish reggae band called Bliv Glad. Be happy. I was approached by a clothing company called Kvint. They have 23 stores in Denmark, and they have a huge web shop. But Kvint wanted to engage more with their community. They have a huge, what's called customer club that you can enter. It's for free, but they wanted to make some more content for them besides sending them new offers. Here's a new jacket, here's a new shirt. They wanted to give them some content and something to engage them and something to make them take ownership. So I offered them a deal, well, why don't we sign 4 artists the next year? Quint, you're now going to be a record publishing label. You're going to release new music. You're going to discover artists. You're going to help artists get their music out there. So what we've done so far with Bliv Glad is the first band. Of course, Bliv Glad isn't an upcoming new artist, but for these things to have an impact, they need to have a certain amount of PR. So the deal Quint Bliv Glad was a good startup. So basically, I'm the record label for Quint, and I've signed Bliv Glad as a band. And now I'm looking for the 3 next bands to sign and release. Bliv Glad makes content for Quint, for the customer club, for their Facebook, for their blog. They make exclusive videos. They just played 3 stores in Denmark on their tour. So the good thing here is these guys, they want this CD and the music to go out to as many people as possible. Quint has a lot of fans. Quint has a lot of people. They have a customer club with 50,000 plus members or something. Have a Facebook account with 40,000 people. Quint sends out an email with one of these guys' tracks saying, here you go, we've signed this band, we're releasing it. Here is a free track for you guys. If you want the whole album, it's for sale in the shop. You can stream it here on Spotify, wherever, for free. So Quint delivers a certain kind of content that's exclusive to their users. And these guys, they give a massive PR and gets their music out to as wide as possible, without compromising the most important thing, and that's the music, which is on here. I heard the record was done, and I heard it, and then we signed the band. And the band chose the first single. The band is going to choose the next single, which is coming out 3 weeks from now, I think. So the point is, this got out really, really wide, without compromising the most important thing, the music. Quint got content for their users. They got something that could engage them, turning their consumers into fans instead. They got something vibrant and something important to interact with their fans about. Not only sending them offers, but now, when you receive a newsletter from Quint, you might be excited to see, what did they sign this time? What did Bliv Glad do? Did they sign a new artist? What are they doing now? So I think that's an interesting example on what we're doing right now. Yeah. Anybody else? Yes.
So this kind of brand matching, I guess. So you have Quint on the one side and Bliv Glad band.
Yeah. You need to dive into the, what do you say? You need to know the target group. That's my and the company's biggest worry. We need to find out what's the perfect match. Like, Quint has a lot of fans in the age of 15 to 25. Bliv Glad has a lot of fans from the age from 15 to 25. And I know that for a fact. And you have to be able to find the right match. I couldn't match Bliv Glad with like a soap company or something. That would be a bad match. And everybody has to agree on the match. Bliv Glad has to be happy about Quint. They have to think they're a cool brand and they're going to help us. And the other way around too. So that's the main important thing for us to be experts about. That is finding the right match. Yeah, is that? Yeah. You had a question?
Yeah, was the band released exclusively in Quint, or could you also buy the record shop?
Also in the record shops. It was released exclusively first to the what's called customer club at Quint. and then it was released as a normal record release, an album release. Any more questions? Anything you want me to elaborate about? I think I was a bit quick. I think that's the touring stuff still a part of me. Yeah?
How long have you been doing this? How long did it take you to, for example, prepare for and
Yeah. I started the company, what's now, 2 years ago. Before that I was doing music and sound designs for commercials. And I was studying musicology at the university. And then 2 years ago at the Spot Festival, and just a couple of months before actually, I met a guy called Jack Horner from a big company called Fruct Communications. Huge company in London, 60 employees or something, doing this just with Coca-Cola and Maroon 5 style. And finding that very interesting, I made sure that I was the last guy standing in the bar at 5 in the morning together with Jack at train, listening to, I think, Ignuk or something. So I got myself invited to visiting them in London. And then I basically told him that, oh, I want to do what you do back in Denmark. And that's when the company started. He said, well, great idea. This is what not to do, because I made all these mistakes. So I think I got a head start on the mistake part from him. So about 2 years, and the whole Kvint Be Glad thing started Christmas. Took a lot of time working out how to do it. Took a lot of time finding the right match. I started off with Kvint, and I went visiting Sony, Universal, all the big record labels, trying to find the right artist. And then, by coincidence, I'm a friend with the drummer from Be Glad. He contacted me and said, oh, we're without a record label now. We have a new album. It's perfect. So the right match actually found itself. Yeah, is that a good enough answer? Cool. Yeah, I still haven't got the numbers yet because we released it, what is now, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, I think. So the numbers are still ticking in. It's we did like a free download thing for the customer club at Kvint, and that went very well. And we got a lot of PR that we wouldn't have gotten elsewhere. The Danish DR, GAFA, and all local media wrote about the collaboration. I haven't gotten the numbers yet, so not that many yet. We're still finding the 3 next artists for Kvint. Then we did some work for the Danish clothing company called Junk Deluxe, which is in town. We covered the Spot Festival for them. And then, well, if you count in, we do a lot of work for the Danish Youth Red Cross. Actually, if you don't have anything to do tonight, there is a concert at the Backstage in Mejlgade, which is hosted by the Danish Youth Red Cross, where they present 3 new Danish artists. Tonight is hip hop night, right? So the Danish Youth Red Cross has presented, I think, 12 or 15 new acts now at different venues in the city. So the big matchings like the Be Glad and Kvint is still pretty new, but definitely more to come.
Maybe one last question.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Are you specifically looking for Danish acts, or are you as open for international acts as well?
For the Kvint deal, we're looking for Danish acts. But right now, at the moment, we're starting a department in Hamburg, too, with a guy I met through Promus, what's called Center of Rhythmic Music, you know. I met a guy called Andreas Gutjahr, who's starting up a department of Notre Dame in Germany. So with that deal, I think we're looking for major international acts that can do well in Germany. But we have a Danish boom right now in Germany, so yeah. Thank you.